second one. We waiting to go on the air?
Yep. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Grosedale Township Bicycle and Pedestrian Advisory Commission. Welcome to our guests in attendance. Let's call the meeting to order. Let's do the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Just for the folks out there watching tonight, we are doing something that's unique. We've got a couple people calling into our meeting who could not attend. Two of them are because of weather and flights delayed, and one is out of town on business. Rebecca, you're going to take care of the minutes. Any deletions or additions to the agenda? We have one. It's going to be under action items. It's walk, bike to school day. And for the first one, does anybody have the minutes from the last meeting? I don't think anybody took them. Okay. Open public comment, sir? Do you have anything you'd like to say? Okay. Okay. Let's talk about the recommendation to the township for the bike path asphalt maintenance vote. Now, both Brian, Alan, and John have voted yes. Do we have any discussion that we want to talk about it? You've got the printouts that I brought to the meeting from CE Rains Company, which the repairs are going to cost approximately $180,000 and $380, plus $25,000 for office costs, engineering assessments and stuff like that. Steve, anything you have to say?
I would recommend that we add a contingency amount on there if they find some bad spots, so they can correct those. So I would make a motion to have a not to exceed amount of $215,000, including the engineering fees, which are $25,000 of that would be for the engineering fees.
Any discussion, Jenny?
Well, part of me feels like that if we do that, we're kind of guaranteeing a cost overrun.
Well, my thoughts were, let's limit it to, if they have to fix something more in depth, stop at the $180,388.
Yeah, the engineer's out there to control that.
Put your microphone.
Thank you. The engineer is out there to control it. That's what the $25,000 is for, the engineer to be out there controlling that. And if they find a bad spot, they should have the engineering judgment to make that call, whether it needs to be done or not.
Okay, I'm not familiar with any asphalt, so that's not my basket. Brian and Alan, do you have anything to contribute?
No, I know there has to be cost control, but we're going to have unforeseen problems. That's just part of the maintenance nightmare we have. So I'm open for the consideration of extending our cost if need be. But if it goes above that, I think that we need to meet and have a discussion on it and approval.
About $10,000.
Okay,
Right?
do we have the money in the budget for that?
Yeah, I think there was enough money left in the budget for that. But it's a lot more costly to stop a contractor and go out and go back.
Exactly.
So if the engineer is out there controlling it, they can make those decisions on the fly, and it's more cost effective that way.
Alan and Brian, do you agree with that? According to your email, with us raising it to that $215,000?
How much
I
are you
agree.
saying? 215?
Yes, instead of the approximately 205 and some change.
That includes
Yeah,
the
I'm
engineering
fine with
costs.
that.
That engineering,
Again,
that
if
includes the
it's
engineering
considered a
costs.
contingency,
Sorry, I didn't hear you, Brian.
oh, I think I'm fine with that if that's to be considered contingency. To my understanding, we're looking at $180,000 is generally the cap for the work on a per unit basis. It's like whatever the costs are, it's not supposed to exceed $180,000. Then we have up to $25,000 specifically for the engineering and such. And then as Steve was mentioning, we could put in that additional contingency for if there's something out there that it just really makes sense to get it done as part of this contract rather than going back. I'm fine with that too. So,
Alan?
I am, but we've had no talk on any time frame on this either. Do you guys consider that important to have that included?
Yes, I do. What about you, Steve? A time frame? They stop paving what? When the weather changes, like in December?
Usually the plant's closed November 15th. They've been staying open a little bit later because the weather has been nicer into December, but typically we plan for shutdowns at November 15th.
Okay. Shall we go for a vote on this? Steve?
I'm in favor.
Jenny?
We haven't gotten a second yet.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Voted once you passed it.
That was not included in the letter.
What was the question?
When were they gonna get started?
I don't know.
We don't know.
Would it be another 3 years or
No,
this far?
they wanted to get it done this year, is what I was told.
Make sure it's documented.
Okay, so we're gonna need a documented completion date. Okay,
You want a start and a completion.
yep. Okay, do we have a second
so I
on
think
this?
the earliest it could start would be next Monday when the township board actually makes the final action on this. 'Cause, again, we're a recommending body. They'll be the ones that approve the funds moving forward. So I would not say any earlier than then. I think that'd be fine. In regards to the end, I'm just throwing something out there. If we say the end of the calendar year, unless Steve or somebody else that has a little bit more engineering experience thinks that there would be a need to have contingency for it within the spring in case something does not get completed within the fall.
I don't see a problem with the contract. If they are awarded this next Monday, mobilize and get this completed by mid-November. So I wouldn't think that they would have to go into next year at all.
Okay. We have a second? Thank you, Jane. Steve?
I'm in favor.
Jenny? I'm also in favor. We got Alan and Brian's vote also. Motion pass. Next item, new BPAC commissioner recommendation. There's been a recommendation and an application put in that we're gonna recommend to the board that Rebecca be added to the commission. I've got two votes from, well, before that, we have to have a motion. Stephen?
I move to include her as a member.
I second that.
Jenny seconds it. I've got two votes from Brian, Alan, and then I also have a vote from John, who's not online tonight. Stephen and Jenny and Jane voted yes. I also voted yes, so it's unanimous that we're gonna recommend to the board at Monday's meeting that Rebecca is added to the commission. Let's move on to number C, walk, bike, and to school day. Rebecca, can you talk to us about that?
I would love to. Am I on? That light on? Yes, okay. Thank you. All right, so Walk to School Day is October 2nd. And we have the elementary school's participation, as we normally do, and we often get very good participation with them. And we're trying to get the middle school involved as well. And this, oh, can I do this with that?
Perfect.
Oh. This is the proposed flyer for the middle school, which will be different. Sorry, this is the proposed flyer for the middle school, which will be different from the elementary school general one that's already been out there. Since we get such little participation for the middle school, anyone who walks or bikes on October 2nd to the middle school will get a free cone coupon from Custard Corner. Meeting at the bike rack, and we have a proposed safe route for them to get there since the middle school is such a hard place to get to. So it's a little hard to see on the map, but can I point with this? No. But if you start on the bike path on the Meridian and you go up Gray's Drive, if you turn left before you get to the high school parking lot, so you're missing all the high school parking lot drop-off traffic.
Perfect.
So you go up a sidewalk, there's a little park here. You turn in through there, you're going up a sidewalk here. You go on a path behind the parking lot, and you're going through the tennis courts there, through that pathway between the schools. And then when you see the middle school parking lot, you're still on a sidewalk there next to the field. And then they'll need to cross a little bit there, but that's out of the main traffic to the bike rack, which is where we'll meet for the coupons. So that's been looked at by the police chief, and the superintendent has approved it all, and so we're hoping to see who we can get. But one option that we have that was kind of exciting was to possibly pass out lights during advisory time in the middle school.
Okay.
So middle school students, right now, the buses are picking them up in the dark, but the actual drop-off time, school start is light, but they still should be wearing lights as they bike or walk,
Okay.
and reflective clothing. So that would be a thing we could discuss about whether we want to do that or not.
Well, I've had conversations with Brian, and we just don't want to pass out all the lights to the middle school all at once.
One of my thoughts was if we just announce it as a possibility, if you are going to walk to school tomorrow, you may come to room or to the main office and collect a light if you need one.
Okay, we can,
That was my thought, because yes, I don't think we should pass out lights to everyone, they won't get used.
no, that's what Brian's conversation in mine was while I was in Texas, yes.
But if they have to leave advisory, go to the office and pick it up, there would be some hope that they would then
Are they gonna
use
sign
those.
for them?
I think they should.
I do too.
If we could get probably we won't be able to. My thought was if we had a list of names, we could check off their name, but I don't know if we're privacy allowed to do that.
Why don't you ask the principal to get something out and say, come and register if you're gonna walk to school or bike to school? Some type of registration type thing, so we know how many we actually need to bring, instead of all of a sudden, somebody finds out we're passing them out and the whole school's gonna want one.
So have them register
Pre-register.
Monday
Yeah,
for the week, or, a week, have them register a week in advance if they're
Yep.
gonna go?
yep, and then the Friday before we pass them out, or the Thursday before.
Okay.
So they can't, this is their day to register. If they don't register, they don't,
Right. But even if they register, they might not need a light.
yes. If you're gonna walk to school, come and register, and you can ask them then if you're gonna need a light.
Okay.
Does your bike have a light? Do you have some type of reflective clothing or something?
Right.
Okay, can you do that? Can you put something out?
I can ask him and see what I can
Okay.
ask Mr.
And I'll
Whitehouse.
tell you what, I'm planning on seeing Jane and getting some lights, because I want to drop them off at the police department, because now the kids are going to school, if they walk to school or whatever, and the police see them, give them a wristband or something like that.
Right.
Everybody in favor of that? I mean, the original thought when I put the proposal together was to get these out to the police department, and it's been approved that they'd carry them in the car.
Right.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Jenny? Jane?
What's the question?
Are you in favor of us giving the police department some some lights
Oh,
and
yeah.
bracelets. That's what
Really?
we got them for.
Yeah. Now, I'd like to add on to your suggestion. What's the purpose of registration?
So we know who wants, we don't want to just massively pass out lights and bracelets.
I don't think it's relevant mainly because Jane Doe, here you are, congratulations, and they show up for the movie night, same kid, we don't have a list to cross-reference everyone.
Exactly, and that's what,
So I think it's a waste of time. It's like here, and hopefully it'll be honesty, policy, like, oh, I already have one, thank you. So I would not register, I wouldn't do that. But police officers, yes, I recommend that.
I want to get some from you before I head back to Texas, okay? So I can drop them off at the police station.
So when are you going back to Texas?
I just got in today. Can I stay for a few days? Probably Friday of next week.
Okay, I'm leaving town Sunday, so I will see you beforehand.
I'll see you before Sunday.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Okay,
My
Brian,
other-
what's your thoughts? And Alan?
I like everything so far.
So you're in favor of just passing them out?
No, I agree there should be some control on it, but if you'll contact Lieutenant Pelland at the police department when you do turn over the lighting to him, he will ensure that it is passed out to the patrol cars, and he will give them a instruction on how to hand it out to the kids.
Okay, what about this ride and bike and walk to school day? Do you just want to randomly give them out? I think that you're just going to pass them out to anybody who wants one, or are we going to control it so not everybody is gonna, who isn't going to walk or bike doesn't get one?
Right, I understand that. I think that they would all be given away and not used according to what their use is, but there has to be some control on it, and since I'm not there, I can't really give you input on what control that is, but I do believe there should be some control on who receives one.
So you're in favor of Rebecca having somebody come in and pre-register for one?
Well, I'm not, yes, of some sort. I don't know if that system is the right system to use because I really don't know how they're going to register or how their procedure will be, but I do believe they have to have some control on who receives it, not just randomly handing them out, because all the kids will take one, you know that.
Absolutely. And what are we going to do with the elementary school?
The elementary
Just to
school is so
mention,
much
I
later.
think we need to be more judicious with the bike light as opposed to the bracelet. Bracelets, we have enough that way. School districts
I think we have over 3,000 bracelets.
should be able to get one.
How many kids are in middle school? Do you know, Rebecca?
I don't.
Can you find out?
I can find out, yep.
And find out who I need to drop them off with.
Well, I think it would, either I or Nicole would probably be in person at the school.
Okay. Then one of you can get them from Jane, the bracelets.
Yep.
Is that fine?
Yeah.
I mean, we got, I think I ordered over 3,000. That was what the grant was for. So find out how many students are in the middle school, and if we want to just pass one out to each of them, that's,
I was thinking the wristband would be for the walkers.
that's
and
what
then
I,
the
that,
light
that,
for
no,
the
we're not going to
cyclists.
pass out the lights to everyone. It's the wristbands.
Not the one who participated.
Yes.
Well, I see a bike here. Running kid
No.
on the school bus? No.
No, we're talking about the walk to school day, Jane.
Yeah, the one who participating.
Yes.
Not from the school bus. No.
No. So you agree with that?
I think so, yep.
Okay. All right. Since Carl isn't here, we,
Sorry, I have a few more
Oh, I'm
walk to
sorry.
school day questions. This flyer here, does anyone think we need more safety information on it, or we're good? The text you can't read is describing the safe route.
Yep, you went through that. Like in a group.
If you have any more than 3 bullets, they're not gonna read them anyway.
Right, so.
I think
Okay.
that's perfect. I think it's perfect.
All right, the other question was, does anyone have a pop-up canopy that we can set up at the middle school to make it clear where we are?
I don't.
No.
I have a
Township.
BPAC flag. I have a yellow BPAC flag.
That might do it for us. Okay, it's like this tall?
It's about maybe 6 foot high.
Okay. And, are you willing to put up, or is someone willing to put up the night before, a sign on the, where they turn at that little park, tiny park there right before the thing? If someone else could do that, that would help
I'm
me
gonna
out
be
a
out of
lot.
town.
Okay. Are you willing to, because you have those
can.
2 signs, maybe just make an arrow.
Yeah, I have the sign that you picked up recently.
The other ones that I didn't pick up.
Okay, you want me to use that?
That's what I was thinking.
And I'll put the
And just put an
arrow.
arrow,
Okay,
so they
just
know to turn
email
in.
me where you want me to put it. I can do it the night before on Tuesday the
Thank you.
1st.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jane.
Okay, and, all right, I think that was it. Thank you.
Okay. Township Liaison Report, Carl isn't here, and because I was traveling, I do not have anything to add as the acting chair. Does anybody have anything else they'd like to add before we close the meeting? Brian, do you have anything?
No, I don't have anything to report, but I do want to thank our township staff, from GITV.
Yeah, this is awesome that we
clerk's
could do this.
offices for arranging this.
And for the next 2.5 months,
So
with
other-
me being out of town, I'll call in.
Cool.
Alan, do you have anything?
Well, yep.
Only thing I would like to add is I'd love to welcome Rebecca and thank her for her time.
Thank you, Rebecca. Okay. Meeting's officially ends, 7:55. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks.